Quiet, numbskulls. I'm broadcasting. Use Gritto, radio friends. The soap that gives your hands that dishpan look. How will the old man know you've been working if your hands don't have that dishpan look? Put a box of Gritto in a glass of water. Then listen to it fizz. Dopes. Remember, Gritto spelled sideways is atragg. And now Gritto's own story of Sandra Sandpile, and here's Mud in Your Eye. Music.
I heard you on the wireless back in 52, lying awake intently tuning in on you. If I was young, it didn't stop you coming through. They took the credit for your second symphony, rewritten by machine on new technology, and now I understand the problems you could see. I met your children. What did you tell them? Video killed the radio star. Video killed the radio star. Pictures came and broke your...
Hi, everybody. Big John and Steve welcoming you to another edition of the Glowing Dial here on Yesterday USA Radio. We're coming at you with another roughly 55 minutes of old-time radio memories. As our theme song fades out there, the Buggles with Video Killed the Radio Star. Truer words were never spoken. Say hello, Stephen.
Hi, John.
Hi.
Hi. I was at the
And hello to our listeners.
I was at the grocery store today, and I looked all over the shelves for Gritto, and I could not find it. I was really disappointed.
It's a rather old product. I don't think they make it anymore.
Oh,
it went out about the same time as Brighto did.
Oh.
Remember the old Brighto? Brighto, makes all bodies new. What's up, you million bottles?
Woo, 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 woo.
Pretty bad Curly Howard there. But anyway, what have we got lined up for the folks this time around?
Well, yes, we have yet another installment of Dick Tracy.
Ain't that over with yet?
Not yet, but it's getting down there.
Yes, we're into the last third.
9 of 12 now. We're going to be on number 9. So.
Number 9?
And for all you quiz show fans, and I'm one of them, I love game shows, we have a show called Beat the Band. Ow!
Yeah, the poor band was all black and blue by the end of the show. It's just...
They must have done something naughty in order to get beat.
It's a wonder such a violent show made it on the air, you know.
Yes, they didn't like the such things back
then. No, seriously, folks, all seriousness aside, as Steve Allen used to say, no, they're not like taking big clubs and beating the band members to death with them, you know, they're nothing like that.
Somehow they have to be quicker than the band or something, I guess, I dig it.
Or guess, maybe like a Name That Tune. We haven't actually heard this one yet, but it is fairly good quality, so...
More information about that when it's time for that one to come out.
But let's introduce Mr. Tracy.
Mr. Tracy, yes. Episode 9 of 12 of the Black Pearl of Osiris. The episode installment is The Gang Captured. Air date 2/18/38. And brought to you by Quaker. And
the cereal shot from guns.
Yes. You know, President Nixon was a Quaker. Did you know that?
He sure knew his oats. Anyway, if you'll reach over to our good friend the radio, let's get this one rolling.
I'm flicking the wrist.
There's our static.
You hear it? Oh, there it goes.
It's now tuning in the program. As you know, we've rewired this thing to tune in broadcasts from the past. It reads our minds and plays what we want it to. We don't question it, we just accept it. So sit back, close your eyes, and remember Dick Tracy, and we'll be back with you.
Adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by. Dick Tracy is on the air.
Now, the makers of Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice, those two nourishing, delicious cereals that are shot from guns, bring you another thrilling Dick Tracy detective adventure. Big guns. That's the way they sound when they're making puffed wheat and puffed rice. It's a special Quaker process that makes it possible for you alert boys and girls and all your friends to enjoy nourishing wheat and rice every day in this most digestible, most delicious form. Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice are two swell, different flavors, you know. So you can have puffed wheat one day, then puffed rice the next, for a delightful change. When the nourishing grains of wheat and rice are shot from the Quaker guns, the grains are actually exploded to 8 times their normal size. They're plump and crisp and nut-like, as different as day and night from ordinary cereals. Shooting them from guns makes Quaker puffed wheat and Quaker puffed rice specially easy to digest, too, which means that you get the food energy you need to be as quick-thinking and fast-acting as Dick Tracy is, much more quickly and easily. So for a real treat that you and Mother and Dad all enjoy for breakfast, ask Mother to get some Quaker puffed wheat or Quaker puffed rice at the grocery store. The Black Pearl of Osiris, which Dick Tracy once safely returned to Egypt, is concealed in the secret compartment of a special ring given to Tracy by Humi Batik, a member of the cult of Osiris. In a hand-to-hand encounter with members of a secret gang who were trying to get the pearl, Dick ripped the coat from the back of one of his assailants. In our last episode, Dick examined the dust taken from the coat with a vacuum cleaner and thereby narrowed the search for the gang's headquarters. Pat, heading a searching party, telephoned and gave Dick a message in code. What was in that message?
What's the news, Pat?
You were right about a mattress factory being a hideout for these gangsters. We watched all 3 of them, and it just happened that I was watching the right one. 6 men have gone into that dark building over there in the past half hour, Dick. 2 more went in since I called you on the phone.
Good. Sounds like the place we want. Where are your men?
One moment. Here they come out of doorways and alleys.
All right, boys.
Yeah, all right.
We're ready now.
Yeah.
Higgins, take 4 men and go around and guard the back of that factory.
Okay.
Jones,
Yep.
you take another 4 and stay out here in front.
Right.
The rest of you men come with me.
Okay.
What are you going to do, Dick?
A surprise raid. Walk in and nab 'em, Pat.
All right, boy, I'm with you. And I hope we nail the big shots.
All right, then. Let's go.
Come on, man. Come on.
Try that door, Pat.
Right. It's unlocked, Dick.
Good. There's a dim light burning at the top of those stairs. Come on, you men.
All right. Come on.
They're in there, Pat. You can hear them talking.
What do we do?
Follow me. I'm going to surprise them. When I give the word, all of you rush at that door and break it in.
Right.
All set?
Yep.
Then now. Get 'em up and get 'em up fast.
Get around there, you. Go on, move.
Well, may I inquire what this means?
Are you the head of this mob?
I don't quite understand. This is a factory. These men are my employees. We've met here tonight to discuss something pertaining to to new shipments. Will you be good enough to explain your violent entrance? Certainly there's no call for a raid by the police.
I'm sorry, it won't do. I have a fair memory for faces, and I can positively identify at least 4 of these men as the ones who attacked my friends and myself earlier this evening.
Yeah, and so can I.
Why, this is preposterous. You can't get away with this.
We'll see about that. You, I suppose, are the high mogul I've heard about.
I'm afraid I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, don't you?
Oh, no, I'm
now,
sure
my suggestion to you, Mr. High Mogul, is to relax, because we're taking you and your friends down to headquarters. And so, if you're smart, you'll talk now, when it might do you some good.
All right, I'll talk.
You bet you will.
And talk fast.
You got the high mogul, all right. He used to be the owner of a couple of art galleries, but they folded up. Now he's in the game of stealing art treasures and paintings, priceless books, anything some collectors will pay a high price for.
Go on.
Well, Dryden Small was a member of the gang, although the mogul is really the brains. Small was going on a trip to Egypt, and the mogul arranged with him to steal the heart of Osiris at Black Pearl and bring it back. Well, you know the rest.
Yes, that's all the information we want out of you. Have that confession typed and bring it in for him to sign.
Right, sir. Now, listen now. I get a break out of this, don't I, if I turn state's evidence?
You'll get as much of a break as I can give you.
I'll take it, Dick. Hello? Yeah? Oh, just a moment. It's you, Dick. The tomb.
Oh, thanks, Pat. Tracy speaking. Batik wants to see me. See me and Junior. What's he want with Junior? Oh, you don't know, huh? All right. We'll be down in a little while. Pat, I've got to go down to the prison. Homie Bactique wants to see me and Junior. Says it's urgent. Have this bird sign that confession and then send him down to the tombs.
Right.
I'll look in on the High Mogul while I'm down there, too. I want to have a talk with that fellow anyway.
And as I was telling you, Mr. Tracy, this High Mogul fellow has been very quiet. Not a peep out of him all day. He just lies there in his cot in cell 15. He doesn't say a thing. He doesn't even stir.
I see. All right, I'll go in to see him after I finish with Bactique.
Yes, sir. Yes, here. Batique's cell is right down this way.
What do you think Homie Bactique wants with me, Dick?
I don't know, Junior. We'll soon find out.
Well, here you are, sir.
Well, Bactique.
Oh, do come in, Mr. Tracy and Junior. I am
Hello.
very happy to see you both.
What's on your mind?
I understand that you have captured the High Mogul.
Yes, he won't worry us any longer, Bactique.
I wish I felt as certain about that as you seem to feel, Mr. Tracy. The Mogul, you know, is an extraordinarily clever man.
I don't doubt it. We'll keep our eyes open, you can depend on that. Bactique, when are you going to send your agent to me, the man who's to carry back the Black Pearl of Osiris?
Oh, he will come soon. He has at last made the way clear, I believe, for the safe transportation of the Black Pearl. Yes, he will come to you shortly.
Say, Mr. Bactique, what about me? Didn't you say you had a surprise for me?
Yes, I have. And I was just about to discuss it with you. Earlier this week, I gave to your great and good friend, Dick Tracy, a special ring which contained a secret compartment for carrying the Black Pearl of Osiris. Do you know the legend of that ring?
Well, no, I don't.
Neither do I, Bactique, and I think I'd like to hear it.
Oh, you shall, my friend. Many hundreds of years ago, there lived in the city of Fezzan in the province of Libya a certain prince named Bani Suef. He was a great man, this prince. But alas, there came a time when the young prince was wounded on the field of battle, dangerously wounded.
Gee.
His father's heart was full of sorrow, for he feared that his son might die, and death seemed very close. Then one night, the Pharaoh, his father, was awakened from his sleep by a vision of Osiris the Great. Osiris gave to the Pharaoh a ring in which there was a secret compartment. And in this compartment was some fluid that looked like water, but was not water. And Osiris said, "Take that fluid from out of the ring and anoint your son with it, and he will be well." And then he disappeared.
Did he get well?
Then the Pharaoh leaped from his bed and rushed into the room where his son lay dying. He opened the secret chamber of the ring and anointed his son with the fluid, and lo, the eyes of the young prince opened. The fever left him. Once again, he was strong and healthy.
Gosh.
And all was well. That, Junior, Mr. Tracy, is the legend of the secret ring of Osiris.
It's a wonderful story.
Gee, I'll say it is.
But, you didn't call us down here just to hear a legend.
Oh, no. Earlier this week, when I gave the secret ring to you, Mr. Tracy, I could not help noticing the eyes of your young friend, Junior, as he studied the ring. They were wide with eagerness. He said that he would like to have a ring just like it. And so, as a small token of my gratitude to you, Dick Tracy, I wish to present this to your young friend.
Wow. It's a ring. A secret ring of Osiris.
Yes, we have had it made especially for you, just like the ring of Osiris. And it is all for you, Junior. We have made one special change. We know how greatly you admire Dick Tracy, so your ring bears the likeness of Dick Tracy on it. We thought you would prefer it that way.
Oh, boy, I'll say I do. Gee, it's wonderful.
So wear it always, and I am sure it will bring you good luck.
I certainly will. Gee, thanks. Thanks a lot. Gee, Dick, isn't it a beauty? And that secret compartment, I can make good use of that for carrying secret messages and things. Gee, Mr. Bactique, oh, gee, you're swell.
I'm glad it brings you happiness, my young friend.
Gee, Dick, now I've got a ring just like yours, except that it's got your picture on it, and that makes it better than yours. Oh, boy.
Bactique, I certainly appreciate this thoughtfulness on your part. And Junior, I'm glad that...
Mr. Tracy.
Yes, Keeper, what is it?
Will you please come with me? I think something's happened to that High Mogul guy.
What? Wait here for me, Junior. You say you think something's happened to him?
Mm-hmm. Yes, I... Look, he looks dead. There, here's his cell door. Remember I told you he was very quiet all day long? Well, I went in to have a look at him, and, well, here you are. See for yourself.
No pulse. He is dead. I wonder who could have done this.
It must have been a heart attack.
Yes, probably. But the medical examiner will undoubtedly be able to tell us exactly what happened.
Hospital again, Joe? Yeah, we're taking this fellow over to the police hospital to the medical examiner. Oh. Someone kill him? No, but he died in a strange way. Just passed out in his cell. Oh. They didn't even know he was dead for a few hours.
Gentlemen.
Holy mackerel. It's the dead guy. What? He's talking.
I am not dead, my friend. At least I am sufficiently alive to keep you covered with a gun. You'd better do what I say. And I warn you, do it quickly.
What is the answer to the riddle of the High Mogul's miraculous recovery? And what will happen if he makes his escape? Well, that's a surprise. And get ready for another one, because it's time for the Dick Tracy Secret Service Patrol Meeting, brought to you by the makers of delicious, nourishing Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice. And here comes Dick Tracy with Junior to tell you all about the big surprise he has for you.
The meeting will now come to order. Okay, Dick, we're all ready for that big surprise.
Well, I don't know whether you can stand another surprise, Junior. You were nearly bowled over when Humi Batik gave you that secret ring.
Say, let me see your ring, Junior.
Here it is. Isn't it a beauty? Mm-hmm. See the swell picture of Dick on it? And here's the secret compartment. You see how it works?
Say, that's great. You're a mighty lucky boy.
Gee, you can carry secret messages in there, just the way Dick keeps the Black Pearl of Osiris.
Junior, how do you think the patrol members would like to have secret rings just like yours?
What? The patrol members? Secret rings for them? You mean a real secret ring like this for every patrol member? Holy smoke!
Well, that's emphatic, if not clear. But I gather you think they'd like them.
Oh, I'll say they would, Dick. Anybody'd give anything for a secret Dick Tracy ring like this.
Well, I've talked to the Quaker man about it, and he says that our friends who make Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice will do everything they can to help.
That's right. They're glad to make it possible for all the patrol members to get secret Dick Tracy rings free with Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice box tops if we can find a jeweler to make the rings, and we're looking into that now. So save some Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice box tops over the weekend, boys and girls. You know, when Dick Tracy makes up his mind to have secret rings made for all of you, you can count on it. And believe me, when you see one of those beautiful gold-plated rings, you'll want one. Listen Monday and learn how to get your secret Dick Tracy ring free. In the meantime, get your Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice box tops. Don't send any in yet. Wait till we tell you on Monday. But look in the pantry for those famous red and blue Quaker Puffed Wheat and Quaker Puffed Rice packages. Tear off the tops as soon as they're empty and save them so you can get a beautiful secret Dick Tracy ring free. And if there isn't any Quaker Puffed Wheat or Quaker Puffed Rice in the pantry now, ask Mother to get you some at the grocer's. Then you and Mother and Dad can join the thousands of happy families who enjoy those two nourishing, delicious cereals that are shot from guns to give you quick energy.
Calling all adventure fans, calling all Dick Tracy fans. Stand by for another exciting Dick Tracy adventure Monday at the same time. That is all.
You're listening to Yesterday USA Radio. Big John and Steve back with you here on the glowing dial. You just heard Dick Tracy Part 9.
Absolutely.
Positively, totally awesome.
Darn tootin'.
Yeah. Anyway, before this gets further out of hand, we want to tell you folks how to get in contact with us, should you wish to do so.
Oh, yes, please do.
Yeah. Snail mail address is as follows. The Glowing Dial, 1401 Key West, Troy, Michigan, 48083. The email is as follows. All lowercase, glowdial, GLODIAL, @ix.netcom.com. And the telephone number if you wish to leave us a message and let us hear your lovely voice. That is 810-774-0112. You will get Steve's recorded voice.
Hello.
Telling you to wait for the beep and leave your message after that.
And I answer it regularly without fail.
Me too, neither. Anyway, what is our second program, sir? It's time to get right into that.
Well, we always come up with the interesting, different shows, on this program, The Glowing Dial. We have a game show, Beat the Band.
Oh, well, we're not going to get into that routine again. We don't have the time.
The host on this is Gary Moore.
Ow!
And he did other game
band.
shows and things, too. I know Gary Moore from To Tell the Truth. He did that for a number of years on television, many years later.
Wouldn't that have been a weird programming thing? Stay tuned for To Tell the Truth, followed by The Liars Club. Just a thought.
Yeah. The series Beat the Band ran from 1940 to 1944 on NBC and was seen or heard on Sunday nights at 6:30. This particular installment...
For those of you who used to watch the radio as opposed to listen to it, yes.
We could watch it. Watch that dial glow, if you wanted to. This particular episode is dated September 29th, 1940. So this must have been early in Gary Moore's career. And the sponsor was Kix cereal by General Mills.
Get your Kix on Route 66.
And we still have Kix around today, so there's still...
They should have sponsored Route 66. You ever think of that? Get your Kix on Route 66?
Yeah, that would have been cute. That would have been cute.
Sorry, that's TV.
They didn't think of that, though.
That's TV.
Not creative.
That horrid word, TV. Oh. Mr. Urbanek, would you please reach over to our friend, the Nameless Radio, and
I hate
tune in
reaching
our
over.
program.
It's hard. It hurts.
Well, we'll have to move the radio closer to you then.
Yes.
Okay.
Beat the Band is like Break My Back.
That was Steve's back, if you were wondering. Anyway, close your eyes, sit back, and remember, Beat the Band, and we'll be back to say goodbye.
General Mills, makers of Kix, that delicious new ready-to-eat breakfast cereal that comes in delicious round golden bubbles, brings you another session of that new novel radio game, Beat the Band, featuring Ted Weems and his music, Terry Como, Marvel Maxwell, Pete Fielman, Elmo Tanner, Arm Down, Country Washburn, and Red Ingalls, who join with Jerry Moore to bring you this opportunity to beat the band. And now to melody. Here's Ted Weems and the boys and their music playing Seems Like a Month of Sunday. We like our MC. He's as nice as can be. His laughter never sinks. But when it comes to telling jokes confidentially, he... And I can't think of anything that rhymes with think. Ladies and gentlemen, Gary Moore.
Thank you. Thank you very much, Mr. Ford, Shakespeare, Pearson. That was lovely. Matter of fact, for that beautiful poem, I think you should win this year's Pulitzer Prize.
Thanks, Gary.
The accent on the first syllable. And you've rhymed more with everything but boring. If you ever do, that's when we part company, Bud. Well, now, friends, about this little question of questions here today, we have some honeys, and I think the boys are going to trip over some of them. That's the only way we know to get the people in the aisles. And, of course, the makers of Kicks will pay $10 each to those whose questions are used on the program. Now, those who beat the band will, of course, receive a guaranteed minimum of double money, $20 and a case of Kicks. But now that sum might grow to $25, $50, or even $100 because we have that $100 bonus. Now, there's a chance for profit to you. So why not send us a question? Send it to Kicks, K-I-X, Kicks, Minneapolis, Minnesota. And now here we go into the unrehearsed portion of the program with the boys ready to toss $half into the old bass drum when they miss a question. A letter from Miss Elizabeth Sanford of Los Angeles, California comes up for consideration, and she writes, a gentleman, down on his luck, entered a midnight mission in hopes of getting something to eat. He listened to a sermon which spoke of good folks going to heaven, after which he was served a huge plate of stew. A new tune title will tell you his amazed exclamation. And Red Ingle thinks he's got the answer right away, a split second before Art Winner or Parker Gibbs. All right, Red? All this in heaven, too? That's what he said when listening to stew. All right, can you play All This in Heaven, too, in that broken down horn of yours? Thank you very much. That'll be enough, and that gives you 10 points up on the scoreboard, Red. You're doing very well this evening. And Ella Neisner of Elwood City, Pennsylvania, pens a poem which reads, practice is the hardest thing to make small Johnny do. He'll pout, then sulk until the clock above him says you're through. One day his mother hears a tune. She's pleased, but when she sees that it's not he, why, glory be, it's And Pete Beelman's got the answer there.
Kitten on the keys.
It's Kitten on the Keys. Oh, on a trombone. This should be beautiful. Kitten on the Keys. Why didn't you keep your mouth shut until we got around to chopsticks?
I was just thinking of that, yeah.
Huh? If I could be sure you would, I'd be sure we wouldn't get chopsticks on here. Would you care to play Kitten on the Keys, Pete? Mr. Pete Beelman and Diabetes in D-flat, if ever I heard it. Gives you 10 points on the scoreboard. I guess other than that, you don't care anyhow. So from Mrs. L.E. Stiles of East Cleveland, Ohio, comes this one. What song title tells you that what Cinderella might have exclaimed if she awakened one morning to find her foot had grown too large for the glass slipper? It's an old comedy tune, and the title asks a question. Here's Cinderella. She wakes up in the morning, and her foot won't fit into the little glass slipper. Her foot's too big. What might she have exclaimed using the title of an old comedy tune that asks a question, and Red Ingle's got it again?
Oh, maybe.
Maybe.
Where is my little dog gone?
You think that one up all by yourself, did you, Ed?
Well...
I'll make you feel very
Could
silly.
be.
Huh?
Could be.
Could be. Could be, and it is. That's the right answer.
Oh.
That's pretty nasty of me to do that, but we like to take a few pounds off of him every program. Here, all right, Red, can you play Where Oh Where's My Little Dog Gone on your saxophone, please, sir?
No.
All right. up for about 8 bars too many. That was the right answer and gives you your second 10 points up on the scoreboard, Red. Very nice indeed. Well, now, bail out, boys, and get back to earth. We have a tune to tinker with. Ted, how's for tempo?
I'd like to suggest a little tune you may have heard of, Gary. It's Our Love Affair.
Sounds like a natural for Perry Como to sing.
Our love affair was meant to be. It's me for you, dear, and you for me. With fun, with quarrel and tears start to brew. Our love will smile through. I'm sure that I should never hide the thrill I get when you're by my side. And when we're older, we'll proudly declare, wasn't ours a lovely love affair? Wasn't ours a lovely love affair?
Say, let us suppose, for the sake of making a certain point I have in mind, that you are a pitcher of nice, rich cream. Now, in all the world, there's nothing that you, as a pitcher of cream, enjoy more than being poured onto a bowl full of flat flake cereals, the kind you easily make good and soggy. Now, there you are, you old pitcher of cream, you, sitting on the breakfast table and waiting for a chance to sog up the cereal. But curses your double cross. The missus puts a package of Kicks on the table. Yes, sir, Kicks. The wonderful new kind of breakfast food that's so doggone crisp you can't do a thing with it. Too bad, old pitcher of cream. Better luck in some other home where they don't yet know about Kix. Spelled K-I-X. The breakfast cereal that really stays crisp in milk or cream.
Thank you very much, Fort, you old ear of corn, you. Wow. Gee. Next week we'll have you do the same thing with gestures and rompers. Now, F.A. Hennessy of St. Paul, Minnesota, wants you to tell him what is found in an apiary in addition to the Apis mellifica. The tune is 12 years old, and you can all go across the street for a sandwich now, if you like. So far, nobody has managed to beat the band. Here's the question again. F.A. Hennessy of St. Paul, Minnesota, wants you to tell him what is found in an apiary in addition to the Apis mellifica. The tune is 12 years old. All you've got to do is know what an apiary is. That Ingle sitting there chewing his fingernails, and several weeks that we've been on the air, he's already got his right arm chewed all the way up to just below the elbow. Everybody get up. Oh, Parker Gibbs thinks he knows the answer over here. All right, Parker.
Well, isn't the bee?
What?
Isn't an apiary something to do with bees?
Yes, it is.
Well, and would it be the bee?
Are you asking me or is that...
Yeah, I'm asking you because I don't know what that apis...
No, is that going to be your answer?
Yeah,
no fair wheedling me down.
Yeah, well, I just want to know what that
you can't ask me if it is such and such a thing. You've got to say...
Well, give us
here,
two.
I'll tell you what we'll do. Country Watchman thinks he knows for sure, so we'll get over to country here. I don't know...
What was the Latin phrase you used there? Or whatever it was, Greek or Chinese or whatever. I want to make up my mind whether...
What is found in an apiary in addition to the Apis mellifica?
Well, if Apis mellifica is bee, well then what's left, what else is there would be honey. Huh?
That's honey, that's right,
honey, and
yeah.
that's the song title?
We were getting awful complicated there for a while.
Well,
Thanks very much for coming and pulling me out, Country Washburn, and you get to play honey on the bull fiddle if you can, huh? Okay, Country, and that gives you 10 points up on the scoreboard. The next time, Mr. Gibbs, you think you have the answer, make sure that you know what you want to say, and then say it. Don't ask me if several answers could be it, please. And now, Harry K. Mascolo of Fort Lee, New Jersey, says, what very famous classical selection is called to mind by Longfellow's poem, The Village Blacksmith? What very famous... Oh, and there goes Rosie Carson, hand up in the air, and so did Art Winter.
The Anvil Chorus?
Anvil Chorus from Verdi's opera Il Provatore. Sure, can you? I just wanted to show you how I could pronounce that. Has it written down here. Can you play the Anvil Chorus? There are some things that contract or no contract I just don't have to stand for, and that's one of them. Anyhow, it gives you 10 points up on the scoreboard there. Whirling Birdie, they used to call it. And now Mrs. Sylvia Ferguson of San Leandro, California, offers this witty bit. Grandpa has been wearing store teeth for over 40 years. If suddenly he sprouts a new tooth, what song title might be his natural question to the tooth regarding its belated appearance? The tune is currently popular. So far, we've asked several questions. Nobody's managed to beat the band as yet. 7 questions in all, I think. Would you care to hear that one again? Well, Grandpa has been wearing store teeth for over 40 years. Now, if suddenly he sprouts a new tooth, what song title might be his natural question to the tooth regarding its belated appearance? The tune is currently popular. You can see it's not popular enough, though, after looking around. There's Pete Beelman back there.
Where have you been all my life?
Why, Pete, that's the right answer. I'm amazed at you. Sure. All right, but can you play? Where have you...
I might have just as well missed it because I can't play it.
Mr. Beelman. Can anybody in the band play Where Have You Been All My Life? Well, that's fine. Thank you very much. And I'll tell you what we do, Pete. We have to get you to throw 50 cents in the old bass drum. You're the first person to beat the band, and so Mrs. Sylvia Ferguson of San Leandro, California, becomes the first person to receive a full case of kicks, a guaranteed minimum of $20, which may turn out to be much more.
$half $1 in a drum is just like that guy losing a tooth, too, you know it.
All right, Pete, thank you. And now comes poetry. Poetry again, penned by Mrs. D.L. Forsyth of Dickinson, North Dakota. Goes like this. He doesn't hug and he doesn't kiss. He hasn't time for any miss. He will not stroll nor his eyes roll. Dancing and necking to him are droll. He's perfectly healthy, so stars above, someone tell me what ails this lug. He's alive. Thought you'd be interested in knowing this. The tune's about 5 years old, and Marvel Maxwell knows the answer over here. All right, Marvel?
Wait a minute. The gentleman obviously doesn't believe in making love.
Marvel, you couldn't be right if you listened to it yourself. That's right. All right. Could you please sing it for me? You will?
That's another thing. The lady. The gentleman obviously doesn't believe in making love. That's all I know.
Right. That's all right. That's good enough. That's right. It gives you 10 points on the scoreboard. You didn't sing much of it. What you did was beautiful, Marlo. We appreciate it very much. I think you're pretty and all like that. And now, your oral examinations are over for the moment, lads. And will you prepare at once for General Assembly? And Ted, will you preside?
I'll pass out an assignment, too, while I'm about it, Gary. Boys, make notes on this. Elmo Tanner is going to whistle Romance is Everywhere.
Oh, Elmo. Take it, will you? something, Ford?
Yeah.
I like that idea. I really did.
What idea, Gary?
That little trick you used a few minutes ago there about playing like somebody with a pitcher of cream. Gee, that was cute.
Oh, thank you, Gary.
No, not at all, Ford. And look, here, I got another bright idea. Well, why don't you divide yourself up into 3 equal parts and play like you're a crisp assured package?
Gary, I will not divide myself up into 3 equal parts, not even for General Mills.
That's a lie.
However, I will talk about the crisp assured package, believe you me, as follows. Ladies and gentlemen, I now hold in my good right hand the sensational crisp assured package, especially developed by General Mills for the new corn cereal Kix. I'm going to open this package like this. There we are. And what do we have here? Merely a wax seal inner sack? Not by a long shot. Inside this outside Kix package are 3 separate cartons of equal size, yes, sir, each one tightly sealed with wax, yet easy to open. And, of course, you open them only one at a time, just as the Kix are needed. So let's open one. Right. Yeah. Now we see these elegant little round golden Kix bubbles of corn, which this unusual and remarkable package has preserved in practically oven freshness. Yes, sir, that's the purpose of the Crisp Assured package, to preserve the delicious crispness and freshness of Kix. But whoa, wait a minute. Don't get the idea that this crisp story is the only big news about Kix. Far from it. There's a nutrition story about Kix that is the biggest breakfast food news in years. I'll give it to you later on. Listen for it, will you? Thanks.
Well, thanks very much, Ford. Thank you very much. You talk so convincingly, I just couldn't wait to go get some cake. You don't happen to have a pitcher of cream on you, have you? Well, what do you say? So far, friends, only one person out of all the people who sent in questions this week have managed to beat the band. Let's see what we can do with this last group. Excuse me. Mrs. D. Hammerstrom of Springfield, Massachusetts, is credited with the following. If you stop and think of the habits of the firefly, possibly you can tell us what one firefly said to another firefly as it saw the sun coming up. The tune is a popular melody of about 8 years ago. And Ralph Blank over here on the piano's got it, so did Elmo Tanner over on that side.
Let's turn out the lights and go to sleep.
Let's turn out the lights and go to sleep. Ralph, you're perfectly right. Let me hear you play that, will you? Your rendition of that was very drowsy. That 2-bar ending rhymes perfectly with what I had in mind. A.C. Dornfeld of Collingswood, New Jersey asks, if Elmo Tanner came home on the eve of his wedding anniversary with no remembrance for Mrs. Tanner, who would he likely... Time out. I need another extra kick here. My strength is slipping away. If Elmo Tanner came home on the eve of his wedding anniversary with no remembrance... Philman, you've got to stop carrying your lunch to work in your horn. If he came home on the eve of his wedding anniversary with no remembrance for Mrs. Tanner, who would be likely to be sharing company with him for the rest of the day? It's a standard novelty melody. That time I read it right, and Red Engel's got the answer. All right, Red.
His dog? Whistler and his dog?
Whistler and his dog, that's right. Sure. Can you play that? Everybody together. That's enough. Thank you very much, Red. May I see your license? Here we come into another question. A letter now from Opal Denny of Nashville, Tennessee. Now listen closely. There's an old expression which says, money talks. A recently popular tune declares that the moon is a silver dollar. However, a brand new tune proves that the moon is not a silver dollar because... why? Now think of the expression, money talks. A recently popular tune declares that the moon is a silver dollar. However, a brand new tune proves that the moon is not a silver dollar because... I'm sorry, time's up, and the answer is the moon won't talk. See? Couldn't be money because money talks, and the answer is the moon won't talk, and so it looks like the whole band has got to arise, throw 50 cents in the old bass drum. And Opal Denny of Nashville, Tennessee becomes the second person this afternoon to receive a full case of kicks, a guaranteed minimum of $20, which may turn out to be much more, keeping that bonus in mind. And now...
Oh, say, time, Gary. Time's up, you know.
This is getting to be a habit, isn't it?
It kind of looks like it, son. There's scores to stand, you know.
Well, all right. Ted, will you make the tempo fidget, please?
Righto, Gary, and with a tune titled Little Boy Love.
Oh, that's solid, Pops. Give him the down.
Comes that man with a score again, and I do mean me. We just got all kinds of folding money hereabouts for you folks, and I'm on the passing end right now. It seems we used some 10 questions for which the makers of kicks will pay exactly $10 each, or $100. No less than 2 people beat the band, thereby earning $60 apiece. Our grand total expended today for questions is $200. Say now, folks, keep your eye open for stealthy movement in the direction of the old bass drum. Because Red Ingle's going to be collecting some half dollars in just a moment.
Thanks, folks. Thanks, and so long from all of us until next week. Thanks for joining us today, and thanks for all of those grand questions. Keep it up, won't you? Send that question you thought up to Kix, K-I-X, Kix, Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're waiting for them.
Folks, we'd like to have every one of you to try to beat the band. You'll have plenty of fun writing one of these funny, fantastic questions with a song title answer. $10 to you if we use your question, a guarantee of double money, $20, and a case of kicks if you beat the band. But that sum might be much greater. Remember the $100 bonus. It's a game, folks, and we want everyone to participate and have real fun. There may be many similar questions with identical answers, and of course payment will be made only to that person whose question is actually used. All questions become the property of General Mills, and any resident of the United States is eligible to send in a question. So get in the game. Who knows? You might be a band beater. This is Fort Pearson speaking for Gary Moore, Ted Weems and the band, and General Mills, inviting you to join us again next week. Now, in the meantime, try Delicious Kicks, that new breakfast cereal that stays crisp in milk or cream. It's something to talk about in taste thrills. And remember, we want you to try to beat the band.
You're listening to Yesterday USA Radio. Big John and Steve back here on the glowing dial. Hope you enjoyed our little game show, a little musical there. We know you're not real big on the music, most of the listeners out there, but this was also an OTR show, and from 1940, kind of an old one, too.
I like the names in there. Did you catch some of the names? Perry Como, Ted
Yep.
Weems, and Red Ingle. They all became bigger names later on. So, I mean, this was like
And
earlier
Gary
in their
Moore,
career.
too.
And
Oh,
Gary
yeah.
Moore went on to bigger things. So, like, this was an earlier show for the careers of all these people.
Yep. And so for that reason, we presented it as a game show, too. We don't do too many of those. But in the future, we'll...
I particularly like game shows. I've always enjoyed those on television.
We try to do a little bit of everything, and of course, that's up to you folks, too, to write to us, as we give you the addresses before, as we do every program. Let us know what you want to hear. And if we got it, you'll hear it. If we don't have it, we'll go looking for it, and we'll find it for you. So, until next time, this is Big John and Steve saying keep a positive thought, keep looking up, and we'll see you on the radio. Bye-bye.